Welcome back, Azim. We're continuing with our interesting conversation on the corporate Sufi. Let's talk about energy management. Leaders have to be pumped up all the time. They need to be ready for action. Just introduce us to the topic of energy management. What is energy management for leaders?
So I think we have to start by asking what is energy. So you go to work and you've got 40 employees or 10 employees or 3 employees. You look around. You can tell who is looking energetic and who is looking lethargic, who is pumped up and who is not, even before they say any words or anything. Sometimes somebody enters the room and the whole room gets uplifted. Sometimes somebody enters the room and the whole room gets completely, toxic. What is that? That's energy. When you have positive energy, there's a twinkle in your eye. Your brows are unwrinkled. There's a smile on your face. Your heart is open and there's an echo in your voice. We talked about it in the spark. You have a spark. So that's energy. Okay? And then your question is, the second part is, how do you manage that? How do you create positivity? How do you keep it upbeat? And so on and so forth, right? So I think it begins by, your life, right? Your goals, your purpose. Because what drives you? If what drives you is exciting, is uplifting, is energizing, is engaging, then you're energetic. That's number one. Are you looking after your body? Are you looking after your spirit? Are you looking after your mind? I give this tip, in my book, The Corporate Sufi, The Hour of Power. What's the hour of power? 20 minutes exercise, 20 minutes meditation, and 20 minutes reading something uplifting. People say, but where do I find this hour from? I'm so busy already. So you wake up, you sleep an hour earlier, and you wake up an hour early, and you do that. And if you do that, you're energetic to start, because at 1 hour you invest. It's not expense. It's 1 hour you invest in your body, mind, spirit, significantly enhances the next 23 hours. So doing something for yourself is not selfish, it's selfless.
So energy is like fuel. You need to put fuel in the car, otherwise the car's not moving, and we are the vehicle.
And you've got to put fuel in your purpose. You've got to put fuel in your vision. You've got to put fuel in your goals. Because even you've got to put fuel in your spark. So once you stop putting it, the battery is out, right?
So is inspiration and energy the same thing?
They collide, right? Because if you're inspired, you're more energetic. Some people may have energy because they exercise and they run a lot and they eat good food, but may not be inspired in their vision, in their purpose, in their goals. So even though they are active, they're missing something different to combine that.
So how do I optimize my energy?
Few ways. One is, of course, having this uplifting, energizing goals that makes you excited about what you want to do. So whatever you're doing, you have a goal larger than self. Your subject, which is your ego, disappears in the object, which is your purpose, your goal. You become fearless, you become excited, you become energetic. Second part is have a balance in your life. We talked about earlier, about your body, about your mind, about your soul, about your lifelong learning, about your finances, about your spirituality. When you balance your life out, there's a synergy. The more you look after your body, it helps your mind, helps your soul. The more you look after your mind, it helps your soul, it helps your body. The more you look after your soul, it helps your body, it helps your mind. Synergistic effect of the body, mind, and soul. So I think those are things that will help you to be able to keep your energy high. And when your energy is low, ask yourself, why is my energy low? Your acid test in a day is, are you happy? If you're not happy, then you're doing something wrong.
So, some people are day people, some people are night people. So you talk about your hour of power. Should I do it in the day, but I'm a night person? Should I rather do it in the night? Is there a particular combination?
My wife is a night person. I'm a morning person. Okay, so her energy is high at night or late afternoon. So she should do the most important work late afternoon and evening because she's at her peak then. I should do my most important work first thing in the morning because I'm like a horse in the morning. So you manage your energy based on your makeup. When is your energy high? By knowing where my energy is high, I tailor my important work around where my energy is at my peak.
As an entrepreneur, I'm always pumped up every day I go to work. For entrepreneurs, that's really resonates with us. Sometimes your team is not as motivated, as energetic as they need to do. What is my role in that? What advice do you have there?
So 2 parts. One is, are you a role model? So if you're energetic, people are looking at you and learning from you. What are you doing right? What keeps him going? And maybe they'll ask you a question. So they learn from what they watch. That's one. Secondly is, as a coach and a mentor, you can teach them how to keep their energy high. Your business goals should also be exciting. The business goals also should have engagement, empowerment about the people and ownership, so they are part of the goal. They feel this is my goals, not just Salim's goals. And all these things play a part in them having energy high. So again, reminding yourself is that how you react to things and how you respond to things can determine your energy.
You're absolutely right. In fact, when I'm under high stress, anyone under high stress, energy goes completely down because stress sucks out all the positivity in you. How should I manage stress?
So I think, it's really about having your goals, doing your best, and leaving the rest. If something wrong happens, you say, have an inverse paranoia. If something bad happens, you say, this is the best thing that happened to me. And just by saying that, you look for evidence to support your assertion. We always support our assertion and then we look at evidence to support what we think is happening. There are 2 circles. 4 circles are done, 2 circles. Big circle is circle of concern. Small circle is circle of influence. Okay? If you focus on circle of concern, you're disempowered because you can't change it. It's already happened. It's a concern, but you have no control over it. So what's your influence? Your influence is think about what's so positive here.
Yeah, I like the point that you're making about the circle of influence. I'd rather spend time on where I can actually make a difference. That's powerful. Any other tips on how I can optimize or re-energize or really create and maintain high positive energy?
So one thing you keep in mind is the only time you're allowed to waste your energy is if you do something wrong. If you cheat, if you lie, if you're unethical, then you take responsibility. And then think about how I'm going to overcome this. But if you're always doing the right things, keep your end of all end goals, good for my family, good for my business, good for the world, then things will happen. But you don't sweat or you don't lose your energy or things that are beyond your control. So those things will really help you to keep your energy high. Of course, balance your life, exercise, read, meditate, whatever it takes to, and take some time off as well. So sometimes just calm down and let go makes you have brilliant ideas come to you.
Excellent. Great. Can you help us summarize the habits around the topic of
energy? So your energy is determined by your purpose, your goals, your vision. Your energy is dependent on how you look after yourself holistically, body, mind, spirit. Your energy is dependent on how you respond, not react to things that happen in your life. Things will happen. But when they happen, you either react with a knee-jerk reaction or you respond by being objective and making every bad thing that happens, you turn it around. You turn a minus into a plus. Yeah? You make a bad thing into a good thing, have an inverse paranoia. It's the best thing that happened to me. And if you do those things and create that habit, then you're going to be a positive energy manager.
Excellent. Azim Jamal, thank you very much.
So I hope you benefited from the 7 habits we've talked about with Salim and myself. And they are life-changing habits. And if you implement in your life, it can be a huge benefit for you. It's been a huge benefit for me. They are not easy to make it as natural as breathing and become a master at it. And that's why we're offering this program to help you implement in such a way that you become a master at them, so they can be lifelong habits for you, which can be transformational in your life. So thank you for being here, and we're looking forward to our workshops and weekly exercises with you.